Coming to you live from Somerset, Kentucky, live in the Red Room, the Shine House. We're going to send this first song out to the men and women, the families that sat on the Harlan County train line and fought to get lots of people all across the United States their pay after the Black Jewel Mining Company had gone bankrupt. Forgot to tell everybody. It's called Dying to Make a Living. He don't like breathing this way, but it's lucky he's breathing at all. 35 years in a methane cave makes your lungs all black and raw. He's got a pinch between his cheek and gum, got a pinched nerve in his neck, rolling back and forth through the shuttle cars. He's rolling towards a nervous wreck. Way down in the hole where he earns his pay, it's dark and unforgiving. Digging this coal, digging his grave, he's dying to make a living. He's dying to make a living. He don't like walking this way, but it's lucky he's walking at all. The doctor said he's 5'8", well he used to stand 6 foot tall. He's got a bone from his hip in his lower back, got screws in both his legs. Takes cheap work cause he's gotta have cash, now he's gotta have a purpose. Way down in the hole where he earns his pay, it's dark and unforgiving. Digging this hole, digging his grave, he's dying to make a living. He's dying to make a living. He don't like living this way, but it's lucky he's living it all. 35 years as a black jewel slave, praying that the roof don't fall. He's got 2 heavy eyes, 3 slip discs, sleeps with a metal spine. Daydreams fade on the hoot owl shift when you work down in the mines. Way down in the hole where he earns his pay, it's dark and unforgiving. Digging this coal, digging his grave, he's dying to make a living. He's dying to make a living. He's dying to try and make a living. We're gonna do an original song for you. This is a song that I wrote when Montana Hobbs and I were attending Morehead State University in Morehead in East Kentucky. That's me. I was taking a class on Appalachian landscapes and geography, and a lot of things that we covered were how the media has portrayed Appalachia for a very long time as this place that's very depraved and just kind of toyed with and manipulated. A lot of people have their own idea of what Appalachia is, and if you don't live there, you don't know. But in this class, we watched a film called Sludge, which is an Apple Shop film. If you're not aware about the Apple Shop Media Institute, it's in Whitesburg, Kentucky. It's a really phenomenal organization. It's been around for 50 years now, and they've been putting out documentary films about what Appalachian and mountain culture truly is, documenting it very finely. And Sludge is the story about how the media depicted an incident that happened 20 years ago in Martin County, Kentucky. 20 years ago, a sludge pond, which is a man-made pond that you put the waste from strip mining and mountaintop removal into, and one of these dams busted, and this black tarry substance, this byproduct of extracting bituminous coal, flooded through the town. And to this day, the town is still suffering. So check out that film. It's pretty phenomenal. But I wrote a song for the people of Martin County. It's called Cigarette Trees. You piss in my boot and you tell me it's rain. You smell like money on land you reclaim. Top off that sludge pond, run black through our sinks. Heavy on the corn when we fill up our drinks. Dig out our coal, turn it into cash. Starve out our homelands, but keep your wallets fat. Shake down our houses with your big old drag lines and bury our families deep in them mines. Why not plant cigarette trees? They'd burn faster than you log these. Fill up them valleys, slurry them streams. A big old king coal, don't you lose it. Sleep. Strip off her top, off her to her knees. Disgrace that big old mountain with your broad form beak. Kill animal and human, every plant and herb. You can't help but leave the sky. We can still flip you the bird. What will we do with no mountains to climb? And you disappear when you shut down the mines. Pray God gives you mercy to the place you should dwell. You don't burn like coal when you're sentenced to hell. Why not plant cigarette trees? They'd burn faster than you log these. Fill up them valleys, hurry them streams. A big old king coal, don't you lose it. Sleep. They'd burn faster than you log these. Fill up them valleys, slurry them streams. A big old king coal, don't you lose it. Sleep. Yeah. We're so happy to be back here in Somerset. A few years ago, we were here and we recorded some videos with our pal Nathan Isaac for a great video series called the Summer Sessions. And if you flip back through the YouTube archives, you can find some gems in there, and you can find us singing that very song just a few years ago. So,
we were nervous.
Oh,
We were so nervous when we did it.
Since then, we've
played it a million times.
We know it now, but we've been all over the world and traveled, and got 2 albums under our belt now. We just came out with a gospel album just this past November. It's called The Gospel. It means just what it says. It says what it means. But it's a collection of songs that were kind of, born out of the American South. And we wanted to create an album. We wanted to do a sophomore album that was sort of a research project and kind of share and showcase this beautiful art form that is very specific to the Bible Belt. And Montana and I both grew up in rural areas, and we went to rural churches and grew up hating gospel music. So it's one of those things, we wanted to show people, because we know plenty of people, and I don't like gospel music. Well, you might. It's like any true art form. You have to dig and find the stuff that you do like. I remember when I first went to jazz school, it was, so much of it is listening and finding the things that you like. There's certain years of Miles Davis I love. There's other years that I don't want to listen to it. But you have to find what you like, and we just wanted to showcase this very unique art form. And we included some real sweet numbers and some real quirky ones in there too.
We also figured if everybody else was going to make money off the church, we might as well too. So that's another aspect of it.
Yeah, we didn't want nobody talking bad about, how when everybody does their sophomore album, they're always like,
sophomore
slump. I didn't like it as good as their first album. We thought if we made it a gospel album, they couldn't talk shit about it. Let's do another original.
Cool. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. We're the local honeys. This is here on the fiddle and playing the guitar as well as Miss Linda Jean Stokely. She's from Woodford County, Kentucky. That's where they make some of the best bourbon in the world.
Maybe the best.
Maybe the best. That's in Central Kentucky. My name is Montana Hobbs. I'm from Eastern Kentucky. But this is an original song that we've been doing for a while. Hope to record it someday. We want to thank South Arts and the Kennedy Center and Arts Across America for having us in the beautiful Shine House in Somerset, Kentucky with Summer Sessions. This is an original song touching on not the brightest of topics, really. It touches on the opioid addiction problem, especially that is fervent in our area of Appalachia and of Kentucky, as well as across any rural or working class area of the world. People are struggling to overcome man-made addiction and pharmaceutical addiction, and it's the story continues. In 2020, we've been battling it for a long time. This is an original song called If I Could Quit.
1, 2, 3.
Well, the floor feels like a pond that I could skate on. I ain't got the coffee to rely on, so I slip and slide right into the bathroom like that freckled little fawn from the cartoon. I ain't in there long before I get lonely, start looking for the first thing to hold me. On the cabinet there's a mirror, and on the inside, that's where all my good buddies sit the sunshine. They don't all get along, but that's alright. Like that one time, remember, on the prom night. But I'm smarter than them, and I love a good fight. And I'll go, and I go, and the time's right. If I could stop this aching in my knees, if I could quit this dragging up my feet, then I might make it out of this world alive. Crushing pills of coffee cups in a cigarette cellophane. I don't trust no one to treat me in my pain. So I self-medicate every morning while I stare at the cracks in the flooring. What I'm trying to find is the right age. I can put it on my card, I got Medicaid. But now, 'cause the new laws they brought in, I'd give up lower tabs for Suboxone. If I could stop this aching in my knees, if I could quit this dragging of my feet, then I might make it out of this world alive. If I could stop this aching in my knees, if I could quit this dragging of my feet, then I might make it out of this world alive. I hope to make it out of this world alive.
Miss Montana Hobbs. And we're going to sing a song that was written by the late great Jean Ritchie. She's from Perry County, Kentucky. And she wrote a song called The L&N Don't Stop Here Anymore.
I'm the daughter of two railroaders. My mom and my
Lord
dad.
T.
My mom and my dad both worked for CSX Transportation, and my dad just retired after 40 years of driving trains. So, and my mom is from Hazard, Kentucky, which is around about where Jean Ritchie was from. So, I've always loved singing this song. It's always made me real proud. L&N Don't Stop Here. Well, when I was a curly-headed baby, my daddy sat me down upon his knee. He said, son, you go to school to learn your letters, Don't you be a dusty miner like me. I was born and raised at the mouth of a hazard holler. Old cars rolled and rumbled by my door. Oh, but now I'm standing rusted royalty, and the yelling in don't stop here no more. I used to think my daddy was a black man, was scraping enough to buy the company store. Oh, but now he goes downtown with empty pockets and a face as white as February snow. I was born and raised at the mouth of a hazard holler. Gold cars rolled and rumbled by my door. Oh, but now I'm standing rusted royalty, and the yelling in don't stop here no more. Like drunk last night, I went down to the office to get my pay just like I've done before. Them kudzu lawns have grown up over the window. There's leaves and grass growing right up through the floor. I never thought I'd learn to love that chorus. Never thought I'd pray for the temples roll. Oh, how I wish grass would turn to money and greenbacks fill my pockets with snow. I was born and raised at the mouth of a hazard holler. Old cars rolled and rumbled by my door. Oh, but now I'm standing at a rusty royalty, and the yelling in don't stop here no more. Gene Ritchie song, straight out of Kentucky, out of Viper, Kentucky.
We're looking forward to the days that we get to see y'all again, not through a computer screen. We shall all be reunited. Where is now my father's family that was here so long ago, sitting round the kitchen fireside, riding by the rutted glow? We shall all be reunited in that land beyond the skies, where there'll be no separation, no more darkness, no more sighs. Some have gone to lands far distant, and with others made their home. Some upon the world of waters, all their lives joined to roam. We shall all be reunited in that land beyond the skies, where there'll be no separation, no more darkness, no more sighs. stay. They have all dispersed and wandered, gone away, so far away. We shall all be reunited in that land beyond the skies, where there'll be no separation, no more darkness, no more sadness. We shall meet beyond the river in that land of pure delight, where no sickness or no sorrow will our joys there ever blight. We shall all be reunited in that land beyond the skies, where there'll be no separation, no more darkness, no more sighs, no more darkness, no more sighs.
No more virus, no more masks.
Get on out of here. Get on out of here.
Well, thank you all so much for joining us. We're the Local Honeys. This is Linda Jean Stokely. My name is Montana Hobbs. Live from Somerset, Kentucky in the Shine House with Summer Sessions. We hope that our corn tunes have got you through the day, and that we'll see you down the road, and that you thoroughly enjoy our friend Amythyst Kiah coming up.
Absolutely. Thanks for checking us out. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for giving us a voice, South Arts and the Kennedy Center. And a special thank you to Nathan Isaacs with Summer Sessions. Check out the Summer Session videos online. We appreciate you.
See ya.
Night.
Oh, wow. That was so amazing. Hi, everyone. Welcome to Kennedy Center's Arts Across America, put on by South Arts today, for listening to Women on Strings. You just heard the dulcet sounds that seem like they came straight out of the land of the Local Honeys, out of Appalachia, really, and out of Kentucky. Up next, we have Amythyst Kiah. We're so happy that you're here, and stick around after Amythyst's set, and we'll have a quick chat with her about everything that's coming up. Again, you can check out more about the Local Honeys at www.thelocalhoneys.com. And without further ado, let's go over to Amythyst Kiah's set. I'm sure it's going to be just as amazing as what you just saw, and I am so excited for one. So we'll see you after Amythyst's show.
Underneath your opaque coat, underneath your porcelain frame and jutting jaw, there lives a scared rabbit, eyes wide and terrified. Your veneer of perfect grace was just a mouse's masquerade. Just like that, she washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. Just like that, she washed away. She came crumbling down and washed away. Kept a secret when you you spoke to me of love. How can I ever know if it was true? Excuses made to avoid the truth. Looks like I'll have to leave you alone in this rain. Just like that, she washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. Just like that, she washed away. She came crumbling down. She stood there choking in the rain. She shook her head and backed away. She'd rather die than reach out for my hand. She stood there choking in the rain. She shook her head and backed away. She'd rather die than reach out for my hand. Just like that, she washed away, washed away, washed away, washed away. Just like that, she washed away. She came crumbling down. She came crumbling down. She came crumbling down and washed away. Washed away. Hey y'all, I'm Amythyst Kiah and I'm at home here in Johnson City, Tennessee. I want to give a big shout out to the local honeys. We've played a few shows together in the past, one of them being at Apple Shop in Whitesburg, Kentucky, which I second their endorsement. If you want to learn what Appalachia is really about and what it's really like, I highly recommend their documentaries. They've been doing it, as Linda said, they've been doing it for 50 years, and it's amazing stuff. So yeah, check it out and take a look at it. So I'm going to be playing songs from my upcoming release. We're going to shoot for it to come out around early 2021. We'll be releasing a single before the year's out. So I just signed with a record label, and I'm going to wait until we make the announcement together at the same time. That was kind of redundant, but you get what I'm saying. I'm excited. I want to say it, but I also want to make sure that it's announced the same time that the single's announced. So I'm excited for y'all to know that. It's really big news. But anyway, the new record is called Wary and Strange, and it's been something I've been working on for the past couple of years, and it has really past 2.5 years. And it's really an album that is sort of looking back during a time in my life where I was going through a lot of emotional turmoil, and I was dealing with a lot of trauma that I hadn't really dealt with, or just hadn't really engaged with or dealt with. And so because of that, I found myself in relationships and situations that weren't great. And a lot of my insecurity and a lot of the things I was dealing with, tied in with, ties in race, ties in, being a queer person of color and being a woman and being gender nonconforming and living in the Bible Belt. There was a lot of, I guess, pressures I was putting myself under because of all of that. And it took me a while and about 5 years of therapy before I got to this place where I was like, there's nothing wrong with me. I have people that love me, people that support me, and there's always going to be somebody that doesn't like you for something. So anyway, so Wary and Strange is about that that journey of feeling wary and strange. So That last song I sang was a song called Opaque, and that song really looked at, it was based on a dream that I had about a person that I used to know that I had an on again, off again thing with. I don't know if you could even really call it a relationship per se. It was a very strange situation, but it left me in a lot of turmoil, and the person had a lot of turmoil going on in her life that led her to make choices and decisions where she didn't know how to treat people well. And so that dream that I had was me finally recognizing that, like, she doesn't want my help. She wants to, to continue doing what she's doing, even though she's obviously, dying inside, so that's what that was about. So this next song is one that I wrote last year, and it's one of the songs that was the reason why I had to go back into the studio, even after recording the songs the first go around. I realized I had more that I wanted to say. So Firewater, which is what this song is called, is me coming on the other side of self-medicating and going out and partying. At first it was fun, but then it turned into not being fun, and I had to figure out why, what's going on with me, why am I doing this? So nothing wrong with a drink every now and again, of course, but when it starts not being fun anymore, and it's more about, ignoring your problems, then you're onto something that's not great. So we all have to find that balance. So this one's called Firewater. Melancholy always seemed to work for me. Wistful and uncertain are my dreams. Stardust forms into shapes that never leave. Strange and wary they all seem. I'm a ghost in the hall, I hang in the room. Everywhere I go, impending doom. How many spirits does it take to lift a spirit? I don't know, I don't know. 'Cause I got every spirit and I'm still laying here crying on the floor, on the floor. So can you just leave me be? Being drenched in fire, water won't save me. I'll forsake the path of filth and fleas. Can you just leave me be? Pensive stares are the only crowns I've ever gleaned. So in the dark I find the answers that I need. City lights are the only stars I ever see. How many nights until I finally can breathe? How many spirits does it take to lift a spirit? I don't know, I don't know. 'Cause I bought every spirit and I'm still laying here crying on the floor, on the floor. So can you just leave me be? Being drenched in fire, water won't save me. I'll forsake the path of filth and fleas. Can you just leave? Can you just leave? Can you just leave me be? 'Cause I bought every spirit and I'm still laying here crying on the floor, on the floor. So can you just leave me be? Being drenched in fire, water won't save me. I'll forsake the path of filth and fleas. Can you just leave? Can you just leave? Can you just leave me be? All right. Well, thank y'all for tuning in. Thanks to Kennedy Center for having me be on this. I remember I had my band with me, and we played the Kennedy Center at the Mall on the Millennium stage. I guess it must have been about 3 or 4 years ago. So, and that was so amazing. That was such an amazing moment. That was one of the biggest gigs I had ever gotten at that time, and yeah, it was just really special for all of us to be there. So this is, of course, is not the exact circumstances in which I would want to be playing the Kennedy Center, but we're all in this together. I know y'all at home watching on Facebook Live or wherever you're choosing to stream this from. I know it's just as weird for you as it is for us musicians, because you want to be there. You know, the relationship between an audience and the performer is crucial. It's so important, and I'm glad that despite this, we're still finding ways to continue to connect. So thanks to Kennedy Center, and thanks to all the other organizations out there who were continuing to do these streams and keeping us all connected. So it's a good thing. This next song is actually, it's already been recorded. There's a blues rock version of this song on Amythyst Kiah and Her Chest of Glass. And the way the song started out, though, when I originally wrote it, it was on acoustic guitar. And so I wanted to do an acoustic version of this song for Wary and Strange. Hangover Blues was written during the time right before I guess it was in the beginning when partying and drinking was still fun. So I figured it kind of made sense for it to be on this record too, because I was still feeling wary and strange even when I was doing that, because I was trying to not be nervous around people and trying to be social and trying to date and all of that, and it was very nerve-wracking. So you think alcohol is going to help all that, and in the short term it does, but again, it can get out of hand if you're not careful. So and if I did it all over again, I'd do the same damn thing anyhow. And if I did it all over again, I'd do the same damn thing anyhow. Yeah. Like switchblades, breath of cigarettes. Lord knows I'd like to look, but I was scared to death. I know that my baby had it going on. Had my hands and knees and loins shaking them into speechless every time shaking me into speechless every time. Yeah. If I did it all over again, I'd do the same damn thing anyhow. Same damn thing anyhow. Same damn thing anyhow. Cool. Oh, it's Howard Moon on Facebook says, Amythyst Kiah, I can hear a bit of Odetta in your voice. Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. We were we're in the same vocal range. Contralto is what it's normally called, but yeah, we have a very similar vocal range. And we both reinterpreted folk songs, so yeah, really I got my my start playing music, or at least as far as just getting a guitar. I was 13 years old and my parents bought me my first guitar, and I really loved like pop and alternative rock. And then also when I got older, I got into like some of the weirder stuff like Tori Amos and Bjork and Radiohead, and you know, and then I got into stuff like Nina Simone and Sister Rosetta Tharpe and Odetta. So, you know, the first 10 years of playing music, I just played at my room because, again, I had very bad social anxiety. So I just felt more comfortable in my room reading books and playing music because, you know, when I did that, I didn't have to worry about feeling alone or feeling left out or feeling othered. So so the room was my sanctuary. And it wasn't really until I started going to Eastern State University in Johnson City, Tennessee. Me and my dad moved from Chattanooga up to Johnson City, Tennessee, and I started going to school at ETSU, and stumbled across the Bluegrass Old Time Country Music Studies department, and I had a bluegrass group guitar class because I was like, well, I don't know anything about bluegrass, but I like playing guitar, and I wasn't really into the whole, I played classical guitar for a little while in high school, but I liked playing by ear, and I didn't really feel like I didn't really want to learn music in any other way other than by ear. And, you know, I met Jack Tottle, who was the director of the bluegrass. It was in the bluegrass department at the time. And things kind of went from there. And so I got into roots music and studied old time music. And then that's helped inform me not only from a historical perspective, but just growing as a musician. So yeah, I got a little hint of roots music in kind of sprinkled throughout the newer songs that I've written. So it's been a huge inspiration, from an amazing well to draw from for songwriting and all that kind of stuff. So thanks, Howard. Appreciate your comment. It sent me on a tangent, but hopefully it was informative. So I've got a couple more for you, and this one is actually one of the hardest songs that I've ever had to write. It took me 2 years to write it, and it deals with one of, you know, said traumas. I guess really the biggest one that happened to me when I was 17 years old. And well, I won't give too much away, but the song's called Wild Turkey. late at night when I feel alone, I cry in darkness, screaming to the unknown, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. Body and water for days and days, hopes for a safe return were hopes in vain, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. When I was 17, I pretended not to care, stayed numb for years to escape despair. When your soul dies, you just can't hide it. Everyone can tell. Oh Lord, will I ever feel right again? Tried so hard to be an automaton, body of steel and wired circuits for my backbone, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. Wild turkey in the car seat, the bottle's empty. I hope it gave her some relief, 'cause she's never coming back. No, she's never coming back. When I was 17, I pretended not to care, stayed numb for years to escape despair. When your soul dies, you just can't hide it. Everyone can tell. Oh Lord, will I ever feel? I was 17, I pretended not to care, stayed dumb for years to escape despair. When your soul dies, you just can't hide it. Everyone can tell. Oh Lord, will I ever feel? Will I ever feel right again? All right, well, that song's always super heavy to play every time, but it was the song was basically for my younger self to say that it's okay to not be okay. So it was much needed. Well, this is my last one, And I want to thank you all so much for tuning in. Thanks again to the Kennedy Center for asking me to be on here. And thanks again to the local honeys. Montana reached out to me and said, hey, we're doing this really awesome thing. And it's related to the Southern arts. Can you do it? And I was like, absolutely. So this has been great, and I'm so happy to be part of this. And yeah, so I'll end my set with a song that's on the Songs of Our Native Daughters record, and I'm also gonna it's also gonna be on Wary and Strange, so it'll also be on that here in the coming months once the record's out. So but I wrote this song, and I honestly don't know when or how I was ever going to get the courage to write this song, because it's something that's been inside of me for a long time. It's things that I've experienced, things that I've read about, things that I've talked about, and I've just never put it in song, because anytime I've ever written a song, I've always wanted the song to be inclusive. I've always wanted my songs to make anybody feel like they can listen to it and feel like they can put themselves in the song, because I know what it feels like to be othered. I know what it feels like to repress your thoughts and feelings. I know what it feels like to feel alienated and alone, and I didn't want my music to ever be like that. So I've always stayed away from writing very specific songs. But sometimes you've got to be specific. You have to say the truth. You have to say what is happening and what's going on, you know? And I finally got the courage to do that. And being surrounded by Rhiannon Giddens and Allison Russell and Layla McCullough gave me that strength to be able to write this song. And we were already, tackling, the subject of the transatlantic slave trade, what that meant for somebody, for the people that were captured and enslaved, and for the people that were perpetuating it, what the kind of dysfunctional, abusive relationship that created, and what that meant, and how a person is affected by something this atrocious, and how attitudes and relations between Black and white people were founded on that. And we can see centuries have gone by, and even to this day we still find certain instances where things are just not right. And this song tries to cover that whole span of 400 years, to sum it up in a short song, which is not easy to do. I did my best, but the response to it has been amazing. It ended up getting Song of the Year at Folk Alliance this year, and got nominated for a Grammy for Best American Roots Song. I knew that even if I wrote this song and people just didn't get it, or people just refused to try to understand, I at least knew, for once, I knew that I meant every word of it, and whoever could appreciate it or understand, I was going to be happy with that. And I've been overwhelmed with the response to this song and to the entire album. So yeah, here's Black Myself. Thanks so much again. And hopefully I'll see you all in person sometime in the future when we get back on the road and start gigging again. So take it easy.
Wash my face in the creek, but I'm Black myself. I wanna sweep that down right off her feet, but I'm Black myself. I'm tired of walking around with no shoes on, cause I'm Black myself. feet, 'cause I'm black myself. Is you washed in the blood of your chattel, 'cause the lambs ride it away. When they stop shipping work horses, they bred their own anyway. Ooh. I don't pass the test of the paper bag, 'cause I'm black myself. I pick the banjo up and they sneer at me, 'cause I'm black myself. You better lock your doors when I walk by, 'cause I'm black myself. You look me in my eyes, but you don't see me, 'cause I'm black myself. Is you washed in the blood of your chattel, 'cause the lambs ride it away. When they stop shipping work horses, they bred their own anyway. Ooh. I don't creep around, I stand proud and free, 'cause I'm black myself. I go anywhere that I wanna go, 'cause I'm black myself. And I'm surrounded by many loving arms, 'cause I'm black myself. And I'll stand my ground and smile in your face, 'cause I'm black myself. I wash away the blood and tears, I've been born brand new. There's no more work horses, but still some work to do, yeah. 'Cause I'm black myself. 'Cause I'm black myself. 'Cause I'm black myself, black myself, black myself, black myself, black myself, black myself, black myself. 'Cause I'm black myself.
All right, thank y'all.
Wow. I'm sure everyone who is watching right now can attest to the fact that that was a powerful performance from Amythyst Kiah. We're going to bring her back for a quick chat in just a little bit. Let her give her a few minutes to just gather herself. But I want to quickly tell you, my name is Kamara Thomas. Hello. I am an artist and songwriter in Durham, North Carolina, and I'm so happy to be here hosting Kennedy Center Arts Across America. This session put on by South Arts, which is basically like the Southern Regional Arts Council. And the theme today is really spotlighting women in strings and artists who are using their voices for social justice, which I'm sure if you've been here since the beginning, you could hear the beautiful Local Honeys songs that were doing that. And then obviously the last song, Black Myself. And Amythyst Kiah, you were so powerful. I can't wait to talk to you just a little bit about things. I also want to tell you that this session was put on also by Pinecone, which is the Piedmont Council of Traditional Music based in North Carolina, who is dedicated to preserving, presenting, and promoting all forms of traditional music, dance, and folk performing arts here in North Carolina. And we love this artist community, Southern arts community loves Pinecone, and we love South Arts for supporting our community, especially during these crazy times. So in 2 weeks, South Arts will be presenting more Southern artists. They will be bringing you Ben Wiley Payton, Clarence Bluesman Davis, and Jock Webb from Mississippi and Alabama. So I hope you can join us. And maybe Amythyst is ready?
Yes.
Hello. I loved your performance, and I loved everything. I love that you gave us so much information about upcoming albums and different ways, like the different meanings of your songs. People were really enjoying that. So I won't make you repeat any of that stuff, except for, I just want to ask you, like, it sounds like this upcoming album is like, it sounded like you went through a phase of like uncovering and like getting all of this stuff out, and now it's like you're about to just shine, and I'm really excited about that.
I mean, the first, like when I was in school and I was focusing on like old time music, playing in string band, and then also starting to do solo shows, once I graduated from ETSU, and then I decided, instead of like taking the risk and like deciding, okay, I'm going to try to like do this thing full time, I got cold feet, and I'm like, well, let me go to grad school. So like I was afraid of school. I was like, I've been in school for 7 years because I was like a 7-year senior, and I'm like, I was so used to like staying in school. It was like this little bubble. But then as time went on, I got more and more opportunities, and grad school is not like undergrad at all. It is completely, it's completely different level. And this was also the time when I was, I turned 27, and I decided I want to start dating. I want to start having more of a social life, because I'd sort of, put a wall up for years and years. And then like everything started happening at once. And then I just got really lost, and I was getting pulled in all these different directions. So then I went through this period of just like kind of plateauing, not writing any new music, just like going through the motions. And and then it wasn't until I guess it was 2016, I had just gotten out of a relationship that just wasn't working. It just wasn't a healthy relationship. The person I was with was having the same issues I was having, just like really lost and disconnected. And I remember my dad was like, because he's been to therapy before, and he was like, you need to talk to somebody, because like the Amythyst that I know is disappear. Like, I don't know. I'm not sure who you are anymore. Like, you're changing. And so I started going to therapy. I cut back on drinking. I started like trying eating better. And I started slowly unpacking, like, why am I doing all these things? And I realized that, my mom committed suicide when I was 17. And wow. I never allowed myself to really grieve. Like, I wrote a song and I performed it at the funeral, but like after that, I just pushed it away. I just didn't allow myself to grieve. Like, and I realized that was that trauma. I didn't really, I guess in my mind, I thought trauma was, well, my parents didn't beat me. I wasn't abused. No one sexually assaulted me. So I was like, I don't really have anything to complain about. I don't, but like, I think a big thing is sometimes we downplay things that happen to us. And that's what I was doing. And it was affecting me in all different aspects of life, and I was fortunate I was able to have the support of my dad, who's always supported my music. And then to be able to still, even despite all of that, still be able to perform and make music. But I got to this tipping point where I was like, I have to address this stuff, or I'm going to be miserable for the rest of my life. And so I feel like I'm starting to. I used to be the sad girl, I was just, always like moderately like sad about something all the time. And now I'm starting to see like another side to life that's it's kind of like coming out of the tunnel, I guess, so
it's interesting. It's like it takes a lot of energy to like keep that stuff down. And then you realize, like, as it starts to come up, as painful as it is, that it releases more energy to do other things. And I mean, in your case, I'm like, wow, she is shining. This is amazing. I'm so excited for your new album and all of your announcements that I won't be that person.
Thank you so much.
We did have a question from someone that I wanted to ask you. Christopher Nordvall asks, how did you get involved in the opening sequence for the Ken Burns country documentary?
Oh, wow. So
Something you want
Well,
to talk about?
yeah, sure. So the way that happened, I guess this was March of last year. My booking agent and actually the Rhiannon Giddens' assistant and Rhiannon Giddens' manager, all three sent me emails saying, "Hey, you should try out for this Bank of America commercial. They're looking for a diverse cast of people that know how to play banjo and can sing." And I'm like, "Okay, sure." But the catch was, the deadline was, because they had just found out about it, so the deadline was like coming up that weekend, and I was in Charleston, South Carolina, so I would go to the only quiet place I can find in the hotel, which is the bathroom of my hotel room. And I set up my phone and stacked some books or something. I don't even know what the heck I did, like towels and stuff, and tried to stack things. And I, played Wagon Wheel, which was the song that they wanted to say. And I'm like, I've been actively avoiding playing Wagon Wheel for ever.
It's like that silly joke,
right? But it's just because I'm from Johnson City. Everybody plays it. And I'm just like, you know what? I'm just going to embrace this. This song has found me. I'm going to embrace it because it's not a bad song. It's
played by everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it's usually played not as well as the original. So anyway, so I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And then 2 days later, okay, we've got you. Now you have to be in Nashville by next week. And so I was like, okay. So I had to, I actually had a gig, and fortunately it was part of a bigger presentation. So they were able to find someone else to do it. So I went to Nashville and did the commercial. Was on the site for a couple of days. And there we go. That's how it all happened.
That's amazing. I was really happy to see you there. I was like, Amythyst, it's you.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that we got a chance to chat, and that performance was so powerful, girl.
Thank you.
That was so great. I can't wait to see you again. Do you have any virtual performances coming up that we should know about?
Yeah. Tomorrow, it's a pre-recorded performance, but there's going to be a live Q&A, and it's with the 6 Feet Apart series that's presented by the Sophia Theater. They're based out of Sacramento, California. So that's tomorrow sometime in the evening. I don't remember what time. I'll know before then, so I'm on time. But there's that, and then I'm playing Philly Folk Festival on Saturday, and my set is
awesome.
7:20. It's 7:20 p.m. Eastern time. So there's that, and then next week I'm doing one for a venue based out of London that I played a couple years ago called the Green Note. And that's gonna be 3 p.m. Eastern and 7 p.m. or 8 p.m. if you're watching this and you live in the UK, that's 8 p.m. So
I would say my favorite thing about playing virtually now is I'm because I have kids, and I'm like, oh, I could do a show at 4. Oh, great.
Yeah.
No, it's actually at 2 in the afternoon. That's great. Yeah.
It's actually really nice. Yeah, it's really nice. And then there's been a couple of times where I'm playing a show and the company or the venue's in California or something, and then my show time's their show time's at 6, but then I have to be on at 9, and I'm like, dang man, I kind of wanted to get my PJs and chill out. Now I chill out at 9 now, but it's fine, it works. But but the early shows are kind of nice. So
that's awesome. And so is your website www.amythystkiah.com?
Yes.
Great. Okay. So thanks everyone for being here at Kennedy Center Arts Across America. This has been the South Arts and Pinecone edition with Amythyst Kiah and the Local Honeys. We are so glad that you came. Please come back. There's more coming, and it's all going to be amazing. So we will see you next time. Thanks. Thank you, Amythyst.
All right. Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Bye.